Surgery? Did you say surgery? My God, what are they teaching these children in these schools? This is Colorado, not some swanky Boston walk-up. This is the year of our Lord 1881. Out here on the frontier, we do what works. What do you have for surgery out on the plains, son? Your pocket knife? What are you going to use for anesthesia up in the mountains? Whiskey? A bullet between the teeth? How are you going to treat the post-surgical sepsis when it sets in? For it will set in, youngin'. I should have known. We deal with established medical science, the four humors and how to regulate them. We purge the patient, we vomit them, and we let blood. You got your blood, you got your phlegm, you got your black bile, and you got your yellow bile. A man is healthy when these humors are in balance. All medical conditions, from fever and madness to anemia and debility, stem from an imbalance. You, son, as a doctor here in the state of Colorado, must put them back in balance.
Medicine has changed somewhat since the Pueblo County Medical Society was founded in Pueblo in 1881.
In the war, I was a surgeon in the Union Army, 95th Illinois Infantry. While I was treating the wounded in the field in Chickamauga, and despite my protestations, Johnny Reb captured me, but they exchanged me for some Confederate prisoners before the war ended. I settled in Pueblo in 1866. Our house cost us $1,200, I was the area's first surgeon, as well as the first president of the Pueblo County Medical Society, I was not just a doctor, I was an inventor. I invented flypaper, paper covered with treacle, glue, and nitroglycerin. The flies were attracted to the paper by the sugar and stuck to the glue. If they tried to get away, the nitroglycerin exploded. Bullets, bows and arrows, and bears are not all that can tear up a man in Pueblo County, I became Pueblo's first psychiatrist and the first superintendent of the Colorado State Hospital, though, no doubt, you will have heard of it as the Colorado Territorial Inebriate and Insane Asylum. Ah, yes, the Territorial Inebriate and Insane Asylum. Always wondered why the Inebriate and Insane Asylum was down here in Pueblo when the legislature meets up in Denver. Pembroke R. Toombs, M.D., 1881.
I demand that the Society send a letter to the rag called Colorado Medicine to refute the scurrilous notion and the damnable lie that I am or have ever been associated with a certain Mr. Dunn, who is an abortionist. I have never been associated with Mr. Dunn, and I have never in my life performed an abortion. W. O. Patterson, M.D., 1907.
20 years ago, less than 1,000 people lived here in Pueblo. Today, Pueblo is a metropolis of 25,000 people. Diphtheria, dysentery, and cholera all plague our citizens, especially those who are indigent. Drugs like cocaine raise havoc with those who drown their sorrows in it. Hospital resources here in Pueblo for these our patients, the poor and dependent, are entirely inadequate. All of us Pueblo County physicians must organize and contribute. Every single citizen of Pueblo County should contribute to the Women's Hospital Association for a hospital for all the dependents sick and injured in the county. W. H. McDonald, M.D., 1890.
I was a doctor in Pueblo County, a full member of the County Medical Society, and gave papers before the society. And I was elected president of the Medical Society before we were allowed to vote for dog catcher. Louisa Black, M.D., 1902. Josephine Dunlop, M.D., 1918. The first black men to practice medicine in Pueblo arrived in 1914. Pueblo hospitals would not allow black doctors to admit their patients during the day. These doctors therefore admitted their patients and performed their surgeries at night. All records indicate these men were happy to practice in Pueblo. Where else in the United States would these doctors have been given freedom to be what they were? Doctors.
No, I never was president. But I was a president, and I served a president. 3 presidents, in fact. Harding, Coolidge, and Hoover. But what I really want to talk to you about is life insurance. When we were starting out, me and J.N. Hall, his practice is in Sterling, were the only 2 doctors in Northeast Colorado. We had to give each other physicals to qualify for the insurance. Dr. Hall and I met at a cattle loading sighting right outside of Wiggins. Tickets were too costly to go the whole way, don't you know, and we took each other's blood pressure. Mine was too high, his was too low. What could we do? Well, I lay down on the cinders, no more trains that day, while Johnny ran half a mile up and down the track. When he came back, we checked each other's blood pressure. Perfect. Yes, I was the president of the Colorado Medical Society, but never the Pueblo County Medical Society. Ah, well. For all that falderall, I am a doctor. Caring for my patients is what I do. Hubert Work, M.D., 1929.
Medical advancement, the media, gun violence, abortion, drug abuse, political scandals, racism, sexism, lack of money. None of these are issues that doctors deal with today. Doctors here in Pueblo County today are descended from a long line of physicians who care for their patients the best they know how. The Doctors of Pueblo County Medical Society.